Greetings. Welcome to Muse and Magic 1111. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I'm talking really fast. Sorry, that didn't even come out clear. Muse and Magic 1111. Um, and thanks for stopping by my channel for yet another deep dive into your tarot journey. So, hey Gemini, we're going to dive in today. Typically, I do like a healing um, and also an introduction with like music, a song that's dedicated to you from your significant other or your significant other to you. But I'm going to focus on finance today. I'm going to focus on the general energies, and we will get a little bit into relationships. But again, I just want to kind of get to it, okay? So I'm not going to do the healing. I'm kind of working on a series of healings that I can do outside of this, so you guys could just kind of go to that when you want to get like a little meditation or a chakra balancing or something like that, and that'll be separate. So that when I do these, I could just, like I said, we can just get to it, okay? So, again, thanks for stopping by. Oh, how I've missed you. You guys know I don't do these every day or every week. I just do them when I'm called to do them. And so if you have found this video, the few of you that find it, it is for you, okay? Again, this is a general reading, so just take the meat and throw away the bones, all right? So let's get to it. Usually I've already shuffled and, laid out the spread for you, but I'm going to shuffle on camera today. And so, yeah, y'all get the real time, sort of, kind of. My glasses.
Please, it's versatile beats.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. All right, guys. So, as you clearly heard, that was Versatile Beats. I found that beat on YouTube. I love people who know how to just take uh, old school music. This is not really old school to me. This is my era. Okay, I'm telling on myself. But how to take old school beats and just kind of, loop them and revitalize them and give them a whole different kind of a swag. And so I found this because that's your song, Gemini. Um, I realize that every time I post music in the background, even though they're messages I feel like are for you, my videos keep getting flagged and they get blocked or they get just some kind of weird thing. When I say blocked, I just mean they don't get a lot of um, somehow whatever the algorithm, I don't know, whatever it is, it just doesn't it don't give what it's supposed to give. So it's something going on with that, and there's always like this copyright thing on it, flag or whatever. And so what I think I might start doing is just giving you a little bit of piece of it, a few seconds of it, so that you can know who and where to go get the music, and you look at the lyrics on your own, so that I can stop having those issues. Because you know, who wants to deal with unnecessary issues, right? I think it's pretty obvious that when we're posting like this, we don't own the rights to the music, but I understand. I respect the game. Okay, so all right, so Gemini, what's happening with you, general energies right now? We have tree affairs with your family. So maybe this is just a time of coming together with family, with the family tree here, handling family affairs, possibly planning get-togethers, vacations, or just dealing with important things. I don't know why paperwork comes to mind for me as far as family is concerned, restructuring certain things, getting things under, what I want to say, like organized or something, right? Someone is behaving stupidly though. Okay. So someone within this familial situation or family dynamic is behaving a little foolishly. Okay. Um, so this is a warning to be careful not to take too many risks at this time. Again, I have every time this card comes up, and because it has come up again in a couple of the other readings, I forgot which zodiac sign, but um, it really, to me, just reminds me that this is still Mercury retrograde, or at least Mercury retrograde energy. Okay. And so you may want to just kind of, take a pause if you're thinking about signing new contracts for anything, coming into any type of business um, agreement or arrangement. Just take your time and read the fine print. Okay. But also, just this is just not a time, especially if you're thinking about something that's like a kind of a get rich quick scheme, or you know what I mean, something that's supposed to be a quick return, fast return on the money. This is just not the time to come into contract. You want to wait till we get out of this Mercury retrograde shadow period, and once we do that, and I have not looked up the actual dates. I'm just, you guys, I've been so busy. I'm all over the place, so I have not been totally on top of my planetary alignments and where everything is at right now. I do know because I feel things, but I haven't gotten the specifics like dates and times and all of the things. So do not um, ask me when we'll be out of this energy. You can look it up for yourselves. But this is a time you just want to be a little bit mindful as it pertains to taking risks with your money, okay? With your money, your investments, and whatnot, and even with your family, to be honest. Again, somebody is acting foolishly, so that might have something to do with this spending foolishly or just taking risks unnecessarily. So you might want to take it how it resonates, okay? So there's sorrow over a loss here. This could be a loss of a friendship. There could be a loss of a family member. Sometimes what happens when this card comes up is not maybe an immediate thing, but it could be a past thing, and maybe there's an injury, not injury, energy lingering over the loss of this loved one, right? There's times where we can, because this comes right up under this family tree or this familial family dynamics and affairs with the family. So maybe something having to do with this loss and the affairs of the family over this loss. And you just don't want to act foolishly or have anyone acting foolishly, which people do when there's a transition, when people are um, when there's a transition, and people don't tend to have their paperwork together, or maybe even when they do, when they've dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's, family members can act a complete nutcase. You know what I'm saying? Over money they never worked for, money they never even owned, just being very selfish and greedy over something they never earned that was really not theirs. It's just a gift because someone has passed and they're trying to be fair and loving and say, hey, you get this, you get that. And people are unsatisfied and they'll do the stupidest things, the meanest things. And so I'm hoping someone's not experiencing that, but that could be a possibility of why this turkey shows up here. Okay. Hmm. Never you worry though, with the staff here, you will be taken care of in difficult times. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm going to be moving around in this reading a bit because I have a little slight injury to my leg and it's just not comfortable in any position. So I can't stay in any one position for a very long period of time. It is healing. I am a healer. You know I'm on it. Okay. But healing still takes time. And so just kind of bear with me if I have to keep, ouch, moving things here or there just for my own self-comfort. Okay. So yeah, you're taken care of regardless of whatever is going on here. Feel like you're protected. Now, uh, temptation will test you. So this is not a time to be foolish, right? Act stupidly with this with these provisions. You know, this is a time to be very mindful, you know, very even and this is right underneath the card that says to be careful and not to take risks right now. And for some reason that just always rings as something financial to me. You know what I'm saying? But it could be taking risks with something having to do with your family. Maybe there's temptation will tempt you, right? That came up for you. So just be mindful if something tempting is coming up to you know, take you outside of your family, take you away from your family, take you away from what's important, take you away from your thinking sensibly about your finances and just protecting yourself, then of course, you just want to be extremely cautious. Okay. Something important, such as a new job or a raise. So, this is really about your bag. You know what I'm saying? For real. This is something important. So someone could be experiencing a raise here or maybe a job opportunity where you're going to take upon a little bit more responsibility, but the opportunity for more money is here. Again, remember, you're going to be taken care of no matter what, even in the midst of hard times. So this could be a really great opportunity because the benefits far outweigh the risk. Okay? But you still want to be mindful that temptation is somewhere around here. You don't want to miscalculate. You don't want to misuse or abuse um, any type of stability here, whether it's with family or finances or whatever. And you also don't want to take any unnecessary risk. Okay? I don't know why I keep feeling like I have to repeat that, but I feel like you understand this. You know, um, easy come, easy go, right? Tankard. So this is celebration, fun, enjoyment. So this is going to cause you to be able to have a little fun and enjoyment in life, not have to be so stern, so stiff. You know, sometimes we get out here, we make money, and we have all these responsibilities, and life just gets real and it's just serious for a minute. And we forget to pay ourselves first. We forget to make sure that we're enjoying our, you know, reaping the benefits of what we've sown. And when you don't do that, then work becomes very mechanical, making money becomes very mechanical, and you don't even enjoy life with it. It's like you go to work just to make sure that you're paying out these bills to everyone else, to the debtors, to the, you know, whatever, you know, your PG&E or your energy company, your mortgage, your business, you know, expenses, whatever it is, and you forget to take care of you and to pay yourself first. So it's almost a little bit of resentment that can come from that because you're not even enjoying or feeling like you're getting paid for what you're doing. You just feel like you're going to work to pay everything out to other people and other sources, to give your resources away. Okay? Somebody definitely resonates with that. You need to hear that. Danger, especially in money matters. So here, this goes right up underneath this. Temptation is lurking. Temptation is waiting. Temptation will approach you. Okay? It will test you. So again, with money matters, just especially with money matters, just be mindful. You're getting this message because it's not saying that these things have to be definitive. You're getting the message so that you can make the necessary adjustments and the choices that will keep you from having to go down a road of destruction, if that's what the read is, right? Or the so that you can get in alignment so that you can um, bring in better insight and bring in the wealth and abundance that awaits you, if that is the read. Okay. Beware of self-delusion. Okay. And that's under the bag. Like this could be okay. So it feels like sometimes when we have opportunities to rise up, to get into a higher calling, a higher position, make more money, we can fall under under excuse me, the delusion. I'm trying to say too many things at once. We can fall under the illusion of um, feeling as though we are untouchable, or that these things are going to always be there. We're always going to be provided for. We're always going to have this security. Okay? But remember, this is a time to use wisdom, not to act stupidly. Remember, temptation is lurking. Remember, we want to basically be wise because there could be some type of danger in money matters. There can always be something around the corner. Just a split second of time can change your whole circumstances. So you want to remain humble with this. You want to remain smart about your coins, about your bag, and you want to beware of your own self-delusion. Even when that delusion sometimes is thinking that we have more than we have. For example, you could have just gotten your tax return, since we're around tax return season. And you think, oh man, I got X, Y, and Z in my account. I'm good. I'm cool, right? You go on a vacation, you go on a shopping spree, you go here, you go there, you do this, you do that. Somebody needs help, you help them. All of the things, the next thing you know, you haven't checked your account in days, maybe even a few weeks, because you think you got it. And you look and it's like, damn, I can't believe I spent that much. I thought I had more in here. I'm kind of back to ground zero, right? So again, beware of self-delusion. Somebody needed to hear that. I'm telling y'all, the cards do not lie, okay? And I'm just gonna pull one more. We're gonna get on to your ooh, wow, you just want to jump out there. Yes, someone is working against you behind your back. Now listen, because some of y'all take these things way too literal. Oh man, somebody trying to scheme and hate behind. It doesn't have to be like this person is knowingly working against you. It could be something as simple as uh, just say you're in a relationship, okay? A husband, a wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and just say you want to take the money that you have coming in from your taxes, for example, or from your investment. You got a return on an investment, or you got a little extra coins coming in from whatever. Okay, and you're like, hey, babe, I think we should go ahead. I want to open up that business I've always wanted to open up. You know what I'm saying? I think it's time. Like, I got the money, I got the time. Jobs like this and that. Yeah, I've gotten a better job higher up, but that means less work for me. Like, I can delegate things to other people and that frees up my time. It's time. I just want to do it. But your significant other really wants that new car, that new motorcycle, that vacation that y'all been talking about, that they've been looking up. May not have been that y'all was talking about it, but they've been talking about it, right? I want that new vacation. All of the things that are not really assets. They're not going to give you a return on your money, but they want that. And so they're looking it up. They're planning. They're sending you text messages. Hey, because my birthday's coming up, I really want to do it for my birthday, right? That's working against you because instead of working together to try and invest in something that's going to bring in more income or more residual or more um, help you to work smarter, not harder, this person is working to spend, 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 and therefore, and put that towards dead things that are not going to pay you back. They're not assets. And so that's working against you, okay, behind your back. Because they're already making the reservations. Man, we didn't have to pay till we get there, but I already reserved a spot for the dates. You know what I'm saying? And then it seems so innocent. Seems so innocent. Oh, my babe, just want to go on vacation. She just want us to have relax and have a good time, spend some time together. But really, that's working against your goals. So just be very mindful of that. Be very clear on that. Wake up. And when you do that, you can further navigate. Hey, babe, you know what? I understand we need a vacation. How about we make this investment? Let me get this business up and running. Give me about 90 days. Give me 120 days, whatever it is. And I promise by summer, by whatever, we're going to take that vacation. Come hell or high water, I'll make sure that I make that happen. But at least we got this going because maybe if we get this going, this will pay for the whole vacation. I don't even got to tap into my normal, resources. You understand what I'm saying? If we tend to not really think like that because we feel guilty if we start doing that, you know what I'm saying, and not pleasing, our significant others in a way. So just something, I'm just giving one example, but there's many examples of how that could kind of play out. Someone can be working against you without necessarily purposely trying to do it or knowingly trying to do it. Okay. Um, okay, so let's move on. Someone, it's time for you to prepare for a journey, and this journey could be like coming into this new position. This journey could be an actual journey of self. I almost want to say like self transformation. But there's something here regarding a journey, and I don't think that it's a literal sense of okay vacationing or something, but I do think there's a path. There's something that's happening that's changing your circumstances. That's what I feel like intuitively. Okay. There's friendship here. That's interesting that this would even come up because this is talking about, so, seeking out your soul family, seeking out friends or the type of friends and people who are there to support you in your goals and your endeavors and what it is you're trying to do, support you on your journey. Okay. So I was talking to a close friend of mine recently and I was talking about life sometimes when you set your goals, you almost have to like foolproof your life to help you to get to those goals. So if your goals are, hey, I want to save, let's take a somewhat small number, like $10,000 within 90 days. I haven't been able to save. Everything's going out to my kids. It's going out to, the bills. And then, I got to keep the husband or the wife happy. We got to take these vacations and spend this time. I really ain't been able to just really put nothing aside for myself. And then we got this business over here and it's going to that. I ain't really been able to put nothing aside for myself. So your goal is to save $10,000 in, just say 90 days. Okay. Um, you have to align yourself with that in some way. You have to safe proof your life. So what safe proofing might look like is, hey, I'm gonna have to tell all of my boys, all of my girls for the next, I know this will seem like a long time, but for the next 12 weeks, I'm not going out to, I'm not going out to girls' night. Every Thursday we go out, we go drink, have a margaritas and a martinis and a happy hour. I'm not gonna do that for the next 12 weeks. I'm just gonna commit because The money that I'll save from that, $100 every time, boo, 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 whatever we spend, $200 if it's food, and and then we popping bottles, and I don't know, just $400, whatever, whatever it is. I'm gonna save that money because if I do it for 12 weeks, I'll have this much, and that's gonna be this portion of my $10,000. Okay, kids, hey, listen, for the next 12 weeks, we're going to turn off all this, Amazon Prime and the Netflix and the stars and all the stuff. Shut this shit down. We're going to do some different things. We're going to get outside the house, go to the park, go to the beach, go do some fun things that are outside the library, whatever. We're going to do that instead of paying for these subscriptions, because guess what? If I do that for the next 90 days, that's going to add up to this much. That's going to be this much towards that $10,000. You're safe-proofing your life. You're blocking the people who don't respect it. That one girlfriend that keeps calling, or the one guy friend that keeps calling, man, this is this is our, putt-putt night at the golf spot. We got to go over here. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to do that. That's $50, $60, $100 a while, plus you buying drinks. You got to pay for the rental of this and of that and the clubs and whatever. But it's a thing. That's an expense you've incorporated into your life. You got to cut that off. Sacrifice. It's only for 12 weeks. And it comes and goes so quickly. Safe-proof your life. That girl that keeps coming, or guy that keeps coming, and every time he comes, he wants to go out to eat, and you gotta, and that's an expense. Maybe for him, for you, for everybody, whatever. Going out to dinner and having drinks, and that's our date night, I know, but for the next 12 weeks, I kind of need you to work with me, rock with me in this way. Let's do some stuff at home. Let's cook together, right? Let's Netflix and chill, whatever the case, you're together, so Netflix and chill is all right. And for 12 weeks. And I promise you, once I get this, hit this goal, then we can go out and do whatever. I'll take you to a real, real nice dinner. Safe-proof your life. You have to make the necessary changes, because if you keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, guess what? Nothing's going to change, sweetheart. I really, really, really want to write a book. And so instead of every Wednesday, I'll come home and I cook and we have drinks and we, this and that, and we binge watch our little show. Every Wednesday, I'm going to come and spend time on the computer working on my book. I'm going to lock myself away in a room and I'm going to do this. And so can that please be your dinner night? And I don't care what you do. Maybe you got to order pizza. It's pizza night. Order the pizza. Whatever you got to do. But I need to be locked away in my room for about 4 or 5 hours so that I can get this book out. All I need is 3 months. I'm positive I can finish this book in 3 months. What I'm saying, you got to start doing the things that's going to help you get in alignment with your goals. Because if you don't change anything, nothing will change. Okay? Ooh, I felt like somebody needed that. Like we went to church on that. Okay? It's okay to ask for help. Okay? I know you're not used to it, Gemini. Oh, you Gemini. I know you're so prideful, but it's okay to ask for help. And by that, just like what I just did, the examples I just gave, ask your people around you, hey, dog, you can't be calling me talking about going out for drinks and going to the golf night and going to the whatever, the guys' night, whatever. Can't do it. Because every time I do it, I'm going and buying, $100, $200 worth of shit and drinks and appetizers, and we buying food and we door dashing, and nah, I just can't do it. I need you to help me to not do that. Keep me from doing that for the next 12 weeks. Help me. Even if I call and I say, hey, dog, I'm just going to take this night. I know what I said. No, you be like, nah, no, go handle your business. We'll see you in 12 weeks. Okay? So you have to ask for help sometimes from those who really love and support you, which is why this is by the friendship card, because your real friends who are really for you, not against you, who really ain't planning against you behind your back, are going to help you. Hey, BFF, damn it, you know what I'm saying? I've been dealing with toxic relationships. I keep attracting the same type of guy for the next 12 weeks. I just want to be celibate. I just want to be quiet. I just want to go within. I just want to stop going out on dates with guys or girls who are toxic or whatever it is. I just want to just be to myself. You know what I'm saying? And for the next 12 weeks, I'm going to take care of me. Self-care, do things for me. Go to the movies by myself, maybe. If I go out by myself and enjoy myself. I need you, when you see me talking about I'm about to go back to this fool, to this person, this turkey acting stupidly. You see me doing that, I'm gonna need you to shut it down. Be like, no, girl, you're not gonna do that. Let's go out. You and I'm coming to get you right now. Put your shoes on. We're going to the movies. You need to take me out of there. Help me protect myself from myself. Ask for help. Because real friends, okay, will be there for you and help you on this journey. Okay? Go outside. It's time to go outside. Time to be in nature. Now, I know that's difficult, Gemini, because you are, you know, busy, right? Always busy, always doing something. You are air. And air signs tend to be so busy. I keep doing it like tornado, like Tasmanian devil, right? It's time to just take a beat. But when can I do it? When can I do it, Aisha? I don't know. Like, I really don't have the time. The way my life is set up, I really can't. I don't have it. I got kids. I got work. I got extracurriculars. I got that second job. I got an Uber Lyft at night just to, you know what I'm saying? Because I got goals. Everything you're talking about is going to be waiting for you when you finish coming up off of this hike through the redwoods. When you come up off of this time that you go to the beach and just put your toes in the sand. I'm talking like that because I'm from Cali, and even though it's spring and some places it's still very cold, out here the weather's fairly nice in the Bay Area. It's bipolar, but today was like a really awesome day to be able to get down to the beach. It was nice. So put your feet in the sand. You know, you can go somewhere and just sit on the grass. Okay. Um, many ways that we can spend time in nature. Hug a damn tree. Okay. But be there and be present. It's time to go outside. I'm not really a nature person. I don't really like that. Ugh, I don't like bugs. Well, take a blanket, take a tent, whatever you need. Go out in nature. Okay. Go to the hot springs. Be bougie with it. Like, I ain't gonna do all of that, but I'll go to a hot springs. I love getting into that hot tub and that water and that spring water, and you know what I'm saying? However you can get it, okay? In abundance. It's almost like once you start being a little bit more selfish and aligning yourself with your goals, oh my God, abundance. In fact, I had a friend stop by literally yesterday, and he was just telling me, like, man, once I turned off the TV and I turned off the little, you know what I'm saying, I be gaming and shit still just to kind of just free my mind up, just to ease my mind. I be on there for hours. But once I start turning that shit off, oh man, I've been so productive. I got my business started. I got my LLC. I got my woo 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? I've got some clients. Like, I'm telling you, the proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? So you got to do something different. Because if you don't do something different, nothing different is going to happen. Right? If you don't change, the way you're doing things, nothing will change. So abundance here, right? That's all going to lead to this abundance here. Because now you're grounding yourself. You're getting grounding, and when you go out into nature and it's quiet, and your feet are on the earth, literally your feet. I ain't gonna do that. I don't like taking my shoes and my socks off and stepping on the ground. It's germs. It's this. It's that. It's germs when you sit on the chair at the restaurant. It's germs when you drink out of that glass. Cause trust you me, it ain't always clean. Okay, at the restaurant. Okay. When you're sitting on public transportation, when you're anywhere in public, and when you're in your own house, because most of y'all are not that OCD and you don't even clean your house as much as it should be. There's germs everywhere. So that's not a good excuse to not put your feet on solid ground, on earth ground. Yeah, I'm all up your ass today, Gemini, because you need this verbal spanking. You know what I'm saying? So you can be jump started to get some things done. Okay? Come together. I feel like you like to be in groups, Gemini. Like, you guys really like hosting things, having people together, or being out in a place where there's lots of people. You like that, like that's your jam. So, if you come outside though, right? Go outside, get into nature, okay? Get into this energy of abundance. Guess what? Everything's going to come together effortlessly. But this is also about coming together with those friends and people who are going to assist you along this journey because they're really your friends. They're your people. They really want to see you succeed. Okay? Man, I wanted to get into the finance thing, but I don't even want to do it now because that was church right there. I'm gonna pull like 3 cards from here, and then we're gonna get into the relationship, and then we'll come to a close because we're already at what 36 minutes. Yeah, it's already longer than what I thought. Damage. So there might be some financial loss. This has already come out up here. Right? That's why we're saying be mindful about the risk that you're taking right now because there could be some danger. But remember, you're always going to be protected through this hard time. You're going to be taken care of no matter what. Okay? Um, so yeah, you probably didn't see this coming. We never do. We don't see the financial blast of things typically, the blow up, the tower moment of our finances coming typically. Okay? You need to be prepared and have a contingency plan. This is not a time, again, to take risks. This is a very clear warning not to take risks, not to do anything foolish or stupid. Do not act stupidly with your finances, even if other people are the ones who are coming in trying to guide you in that. Okay? Trying to give you reasons why you need to do this and do that or invest in this or take this, whatever. Go here to eat, take this trip, go do this. No, get a plan. What is it you're going to do now that's going to grow your money? Even if you think you already have a plan, you already have an investment, you already have a side hustle, you already have a side something, something, something. Plan some more. We should have multiple streams of income coming in because we're coming into times, you guys, where everyone's going to have multiple streams. You know? There is no security in working for any one person, any one corporation, any one business that you do not own. There is never security in that because any moment things can change and you could be jobless. Okay? And true wealth is not built upon working for other people. It's really built upon you working for yourself and being able to expand your business or making the proper investments that are going to give you a greater return on what you sow. Okay? Charm. Okay. And Gemini, every Gemini I know is very charming. So you guys are naturally very charming. I think you're either a very beautiful woman or a very handsome guy. Um, very elegant in your own right, or at least you have the potential to be. I feel like, with Geminis, they're the twins. They're kind of like two faces, right? Two personalities, dual personalities, just or many more. And so you know how to get down with the get down. You know how to morph or um, you magnetize people effortlessly, almost very Scorpio like, you know what I'm saying? But you also have this tendency to be able to captivate your audience, and you have a way about you that it's almost like you're naturally a chameleon, right? So you can go over here and be um, very chill, very relaxed, very earthy. You can go over here and be very hip hop, very, you know what I'm saying? Very swaggy or whatever. Not that, I guess people don't use swag no more. I do. And then there's a time for you to go over here and be very elegant and very, so it's almost like you can be Mr. Bentley when you need to be up on your etiquette, up on your your something about your stature and your vocabulary and the way that you can dress for the occasion. But you can also go over here and be very street, very down to earth, very, hey, what is it? You know what I mean? Um, Kind of thing. But you also know how to be a bit of the middle, play a bit of the middle. Okay? And that's natural charm. People who know how to acclimate to their environments very quickly, who know how to be very charming, who know how to be very um, how to be just very captivating, right? Like I said earlier, that's you. Okay. The point is, use that to your advantage. Use that to close the deal. Use that um, same energy in the way that you deal with what's coming ahead of you right now, especially with this new opportunity or the possibility of increased finances. Use that charm, use that wit, use that, it's like I want to say, captivate yourself. You know what I mean? Impress yourself by making great decisions, right? Making smart decisions. Learner, it's never too late to learn something new, whether getting back into the academy or just studying on your own. A new skill or knowledge brings efficiency. So, again, some of you guys I feel like have skills or something that you want to tap into, dreams or goals you haven't totally tapped into. You need to learn your craft. Do what it takes to learn your craft. And as you it's like the saying goes, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. So don't wait until opportunity comes knocking and now oh man, I got to go and do a deep dive real quick. I got to go flip through these books. No, stay ready so you ain't got to get ready. Start now. Start learning now. Start honing in on your craft. If you're an artist, do your own deep dive into the history of art and the art of the stroke of the brush or whatever. I don't know. I'm not. I like to draw, but I'm not like in art like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you're a someone who likes cooking, do your own deep dive or take a culinary class and learn some basic things. Just you know, um, there's this saying going around, and a lot of the kids are saying, and I guess it probably came from somebody, a comedian or some YouTube channel. I don't even know, but they keep saying, get your money up, not your funny up. And so, but what that really is saying to me, hey, get your skills up. Get your skills up so you can get your money up instead of being a clown. Okay, instead of out here acting like the turkey, acting foolishly. Okay, so that part. Okay, that's it. And bottom of the deck is assets because I said I was only going to pull 3 cards. Your investments are growing. They're growing fast. If you haven't tried investing, then this is the right time. Your future promises long-term stability. So for your investments, whatever you are invested in, whatever you plan to invest in, trust that it is going to yield you great results, okay? It's going to yield you success. All right, let's get into what's going on the relationship front with Gemini. Oh, goodness, I didn't realize. I'm not rushing. I just don't like to take too much time, guys, because I know it can get lengthy and, you know, hopefully you're watching this while you're, you know, cooking or, or, I don't know, soaking in the tub or something so that you're at least relaxed and not rushed either, okay? All right, Spirit, let us know what is happening with Gemini on a relationship front. What is it that they need to know? What is it that they need to hear? What's going on in love for Gemini? Trust. This situation is causing for you to have faith. Okay. So maybe someone is in a situation where you're already with the romantic partner that you seek, or that you thought you were seeking. I don't know. However, is this true love? This true love is in the reverse. And so what that really means to me is that this is not it may not be a very romantic situation. I just think it's just a very Oh, I don't know why spirit wants to get me complacent. Like, it's a situation that is comfortable. I almost get I almost feel like I'm getting the word coming up as like it's like the comfortable, cozy roommate, the perfect roommate. Okay, let's just get into it. Let's see. I don't know, you know. Um, and so this is a time where if you want to kind of jumpstart this, you might need to consider flirting, getting back to flirting, or maybe that's what you miss, the flirt, being flirty, being able to flirt with one another. Um, this soulmate again comes up in reverse, and so all that tells me is that maybe you don't have a past life connection, maybe not, and that doesn't matter, right? Maybe this is not your total ideal person necessarily, and maybe there's something here having to do with family issues, you know. Maybe, it's almost like my grandmother never told me this story of how she met my grandfather. My grandmother lived to be 95 years old, and I was still very young. When I say young, when she passed, I was still like in my 20s, right? And I kept asking her, man, you got to tell me the story so I can record it, Gram, right? That's not what I called her, but I'm just saying. And I was like, before it's too late. And she just used to say, man, the only part that she got to with me before things took a turn for the worse as far as her health and stuff is that, it wasn't that she was so in love with my grandfather at the time that they met. They were very young, both like 15, 16. They just both knew that they wanted to get away from their original home, which was down south, and they came to California um, to stay with their aunt or uncle or whoever, he came to stay with a family member. She came to stay with her family member. And it wasn't a very happy situation. They both wanted to get out of their household. So they came together and was like, hey, let's do this thing together. And that's how they decided to get married at 15, 16, or at least come together in a relationship at 15, 16. They were very young. But eventually got married and had kids and built a family around that. So I can imagine it wasn't like it was built on, oh, I'm so in love with you and that you're my soulmate. It was more or less a need. We both felt a need for one another. We were both there for one another. We were both going to be loyal to one another, at least, to some extent. And because I don't know, I wasn't around in that era, you know what I'm saying, to know. But that's the feel that I get from this connection with you, Gemini. It just works and it's comfortable, but it doesn't knock you off your feet. It's not firecrackers, and when you kiss, it's not like ooh, pew, 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 right, the 4th of July. It's comfortable. It works. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be all up in your business. Not sorry. And the cards just don't lie. Okay. Um, but this is still someone where you could be safe with, like you're safe to be open and vulnerable, and it's safe for you to love. Um, you know, and maybe in a way there's this codependency upon one another too. You know what I'm saying? Like you stay because what would you do if you weren't there? You appreciate the help. Or there's a codependency because maybe there's something tying you or anchoring you there and you don't want to let that go. Um, However, codependency also can come up because this could be affecting your deepness and connection. Codependencies could be anything from, it could be a lot of things. It doesn't have to be just dark things like porn and alcohol or drugs or anything like that. It can, or popping other pills or whatever, whatever your vice to check out and just not kind of deal with things. Um, Because an addiction could be even being addicted to shopping, addicted to work, addicted to things that just take you outside of being present in this situation or really working on your relationship. The last time I didn't cut this off, it was for Capricorn, and or I didn't plug it up. It cut off on me. So just give me 1 second, guys, while I go and plug my computer in. Okay. Um. Oh my goodness. You guys are getting me authentically me. Okay. um. So yeah. So that's kind of the feel that I get on this. Tell us more, angels. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So someone here might be experiencing a little separation, time apart from your partner being on the horizon. Finances and career could be an issue or factor in your love life right now. And, this is a time for you to really just start paying more attention to yourself. Start working on yourself, becoming more romantically attractive, whatever that means for you. Love yourself first. Self-care regime, whether it's working out, changing your diet, getting yourself to the best optimal levels of health for yourself. Okay, remember, you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, all right? Um, Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. So maybe somebody is really struggling right now with this back and forth. Um, okay, this is a woman here on this particular card. What can tend to happen sometimes with women is that when we have a partner that is not um, showing up for us in a way that they need to show up for us. For example, if you are a traditional couple, masculine and a feminine, you're married, you have a husband or a boyfriend or whatever, maybe you live together, maybe you don't, but you're still together in this thing. And you feel like as a woman you're pulling most of the weight. That could cause a lot of tension on the relationship because I'm going to tell you men something. Women don't really want to have to go out and be in our masculine every day, which means going to work every day really hard for many hours as you or more. And then we come home, we still got to deal with the kids, we still got to cook dinner, we still got to clean the house and do all of these things, even if they're not all in the same day. Okay. Finally, 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11 o'clock, the kids are down, the house is clean, the dishes are clean from cooking dinner and all of the things. And then you've been there doing God knows what for the last 4, 5, 6 hours since you've been home from work. Because if I'm doing all these things, what are you doing? And then you want me to lay on my back and be ready for you, like to pounce on me half the time, not even give me pleasure if you're a selfish lover. Like, that's not the ideal situation, okay? I ain't talking about nothing. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. And I'm just letting you into the minds of women. And now let's get into the minds of men. Women, okay, you know, um, coming home after your career and having to do all those things coming home, or maybe you don't. Maybe you don't have to work. But a man is not very happy with a woman who doesn't have to work and he's coming home, he's working hard, spending all these hours out there just so he can make sure that you're good, you have all of your needs met, and come home and the house ain't clean, dinner's not cooked, kids aren't bathed or put together or hair combed or whatever, or you still got on the same pajamas you had on since Tuesday and it's now Thursday. Okay? So finances and career could be causing issues in your love life. I'm just giving some examples. I'm probably all up in somebody's business. I'm really not trying to be, but I am because this is the cards. This is what I'm here to do. Be all up in your business and help you navigate through it, okay? But those are just some ways that this could be playing out. The reason I'm breaking this down is so that people are not, oh, that doesn't really, that doesn't resonate with me. That doesn't really, no, it might, but you're not thinking of the ways that it does. I'm not saying make anything fit that doesn't fit, try to force it. I'm just saying be open to how you translate these messages because sometimes they're dead on, but you're so blinded because you're so wanting things to be so um not accurate, but just, literal. Okay? So somewhere, somehow, finances and career are affecting your love life. And another way that could play out is someone who works too much and who prioritizes finances and career over their love life. And so at the end of the day, there's no time. You're living like a single person because you're dedicating all your time, your career and your finances. That's your wife. That's your husband. When you have someone at home waiting for you and you don't come home to that, you're not home enough to cultivate that. And anything that you don't water or plant or water and cultivate is going to eventually wither away. Even plants. Yes, they have the sun that naturally comes out every day, but somebody has to water them because it doesn't rain every day. Somebody has to recognize when the leaves are dying. Oh, dang, I might need to do something to the soil, pull up the roots a little bit. Maybe I buried them too far under you got to start figuring things out. And somebody's not trying to do that in this relationship. Okay? But that goes to you recognizing that sometimes you have to just love yourself first. What are you doing to make sure you're making yourself lovable, more attractive for yourself? Keep yourself marketable for one thing, but also do those things for yourself, because as you do these things and give yourself self-love, you'll attract more love to yourself, even from your mate possibly. Okay? I almost want to just stop right there. Although this says give your relationship a chance. Okay? And again, time apart from your partner could just mean a business trip. It could mean a weekend getaway. It can mean maybe your partner has to travel or you have to travel for work. Um, you know, but at that time, you really want to focus on self-care, okay? Putting yourself first, all right? Mm. Woo. Listen, that was a little intense. Okay, so let's get some hidden heart secrets here. I don't even know if I want these. Let's see. I think I want the love. Love Oracle deck. Yeah, so someone is just hoping, having faith that they're manifesting exactly what it is that they want. Um, Someone might want to be real mindful because I see something about fertility here and parenthood and pregnancy. So just be mindful of that. Although fertility and no, this is family. Because I'm gonna say sometimes the pregnancy card will come up when it's like a birthing of a new career, new opportunities, and that could still very much be it. But this is very clearly the family card. So there could be a pregnancy or parenthood or maybe grandparenthood or something going on underway, possibly if someone's, yeah. Someone is apprehensive, afraid, very cautious. This could be from past traumas. Maybe somebody's not really dealing with this, and this could possibly be why there's a lack of like real romantic connection in this connection. Because there could be some things that have been undiscovered, not talked about, hidden here. Yeah, there's apprehension from someone here. Lusting, forbidden, non-committal, and sexual energy. So someone in this situation is very lustful, um, yearning maybe, non-committed. Ugh, I almost need to clarify that. I don't know why I want to, but I feel like I need to. Get a little clarity on that. What is this lusting and forbidden non-committal sexual energy about? Okay, so somehow a dark-haired woman has come up, okay? Dealing with a relationship with a woman with dark hair or either dark complexion. This is protection from a very powerful friend. What might seem like a very successful outcome to a problem here, although, yeah, this might end up causing great personal sorrow. So it looks like there's something forbidden, there's some sexual energy, some non-committal energy here. Okay. What comes up for that is a dark woman or either a woman with dark hair. Even the woman in here has fairly dark brown hair. Okay. But this woman might cause some sadness. Okay. Someone either needs or either has protection from a powerful friend. This could be someone in a powerful position, but it could also be a powerful friend in the sense of someone who, I don't see somebody holding something over someone's head. But what I kind of feel like this could be someone who also has an important, powerful job, meaning like a rank or some type of yeah. This could cause great sorrow, though. So just take heed. Take heed. I feel like Spirit's not giving me the whole, whatever. Yeah. This is a time to basically just, focus on your happiness and your well-being. Maybe the happiness and well-being of this whole relationship. And also, you know, remember, and this is an exciting event, so this could have to do with this pregnancy, fertility. So just take it how it resonates. That's all I can tell you. I can't. It's a lot. It really is a lot. Um, yeah, because this is a woman who's missing you, craving, or desiring you. And that doesn't mean it's someone outside of the home. This could be someone, even if you're a woman, you could be missing yourself, to be honest. Craving being back the person you remember yourself to be, having feeling like you've lost yourself. It's desiring to be and look like and feel like and be like the woman you used to be. So just take it how it resonates. And if you're a masculine watching this is some woman who's obviously missing you, craving you, or desiring you. Be careful, this dark-haired woman. Assuming that could be it, or your person could be dark-haired in a position of power. But remember, all I can say is that there's great personal sorrow here. I'm not telling you these things because it has to be factual. I'm telling you these things so that you can make the right decisions, or the decisions that will help you to either stay on the course, if it's a course you want to stay on, or to navigate through, your life and through the course so that you don't have to run into these things that you don't want, run into the outcomes that you don't want if you make different decisions, right? So that's that. Oh my God, it's an hour. Okay, Gemini, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoy reading for you. Remember, in all you're getting, get understanding. Remember that love brings change. Love is the highest vibration of all. And I'm wishing you optimal levels of health, wealth, and abundance. And until next time, Wholeness.